Hello, and welcome to our webinar to assist everyone in the Archdiocese of Chicago with Respect Life Month and the Respect Life Month program, and really talk about what we're going to do for the next year here in the Archdiocese of Chicago regarding Respect Life Ministries. I'm Dawn Fitzpatrick, and I manage Respect Life and Chastity Education for the entire Archdiocese. And you'll also recognize Ray Pingoy, who is one of our coordinators in the Office of Human Dignity and Solidarity. He specializes in Respect Life and Chastity Education. And then I'd also like to introduce to you all Blanca Rodriguez, who is just recently joining us full-time to support all of you and support the parishes in our Respect Life ministries and the Chastity Education Initiative as well. So welcome, Ray and Blanca. All right.
Hey, everyone. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So we're going to get started talking to you about our Respect Life packet. This should already be in your hands if you ordered one. If you're watching this webinar and you do not have a Respect Life packet, it's not too late. We still have some. Just reach out to us ASAP, whether you give us a call at our office. The number there is 312-534-5355, or you can reach out to any of us and you'll see our email addresses at the end of this webinar. You can certainly reach out to us and we'll be happy to send you one. And if you already have one, but you want more materials, that's okay too, because we can send you some, you can order more materials right from the USCCB, and we will be showing you how to do that. So let's get started and talk about this theme that we have. It's called Live the Gospel of Life. We happen to be in a momentous year. It is the 25th anniversary of St. John Paul II's encyclical, The Gospel of Life, which of course was entitled Evangelium Vitae. And in honor of that, we are going to focus this next year in living the gospel of life and what that means. And, interestingly enough, St. John Paul II coined the phrase culture of death and culture of life in that encyclical. And he was quite prophetic in taking a look at what was happening to our world and realizing that people are more living in a culture of death than in a culture of life. So it's incumbent on all of us, the faithful, and those who are champions of life, to build a culture of life. So that's what we're talking about. What is this gospel of life all about? Okay, so would you like to add on to that some way?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about that because just the first word alone in there, living the gospel of life, one of the first words that Pope John Paul wants to reflect on is that word gospel, the good news. And with that good news, we share it with joy. We share it with inspiration. We share it with that hope that Christ has won the battle already. Yeah. And again, a great invitation to living that out.
Absolutely.
And how awesome is it to have these materials from the USCCB, and that's also available to us in Spanish. So and how awesome, again, God's gift to us that Blanca has joined our team to really help with that great outreach to our brothers and sisters that speak Spanish. That's so those parishes, those Respect Life coordinators that have a great reach as well in the Hispanic community.
Yes. And so what you'll find with this packet is everything is available in English and Spanish. And you can post both, and you're able to reproduce most of the materials in their entirety. So if you find that you need additional resources, or if you want it in English and Spanish, and it tends to be one side is English, the other side is Spanish, then you can just copy the other side and post them both. So it's kind of nice of them. One of their thoughts this year was, we're in a digital world, so let's do less print, right, more digital, and then people can get as much of it as they need. So that's kind of a great idea and forward thinking of the Pro-Life Secretariat, if you ask me. So it's very nice.
And this is this is all, as Dawn mentioned, available for free for all of you. And we'll go over the website later on in this little webinar workshop that we have for you. And I believe, as Dawn mentioned, you all should have received your packet already. And the very first thing that you would see in that packet would be a letter from Dawn, right? A letter
Yes,
from Dawn.
Yes, let me share that with you.
that'll be great. Okay, so she's getting ready to show you the letter. It's just a real simple letter welcoming you to our new year, where we're going to be living the gospel of life. Pointing out to you that our Respect Life Sunday is coming up very quickly this Sunday, October 4th. And we would hope that you've shared this packet with your pastor so that he can be prepared to preach on the gospel of life, and to, open up the idea to the parish that it is Respect Life Month, and kind of focus on some activities and some special prayers this month in honor of Respect Life Month. So, of course, what my letter explains to you, that you can go to these websites to get more information. It gives you a link to the Pro-Life Secretariat website, as well as our website at respectlifechicago.org. And you can get all those materials through both websites. We do have some hyperlinks that'll take you right to the Pro-Life Secretariat for all these materials. And then we also plan to be hosting some book studies on Evangelium Vitae. We've already started that, and Ray and Blanca have led a couple of groups with some young adults, and we hope that those young adults will help us to lead these going forward, and that you would want to have one in your parish. We can either help you host that, or you can host it, because there are some materials available through the Pro-Life Secretariat that will give you a study guide, as well as a compendium to assist your meeting or your book study. Now, how many sessions did you hold with those, Ray, when you did those book studies?
We had a good, let's see here. I think we had a good 4 or so, 4 or 5 sessions, just covering each chapter in a session. And it's really concise, but I know that the USCCB Respect Life ministry there, they have a longer version of it, which really gets into the meats of the gospel of life.
So you can host that however you want, twice a week or once a week, or however many sessions you want to hold. But we can help you with that, or you can just kind of launch from the materials that are available. Just let us know if you want us to help you with that. And then in addition to that, another awesome initiative that really makes sense to start this year is something called Walking with Moms in Need. We're going to tell you a little bit more about that in this webinar, but this is a wonderful opportunity to kind of be the marketing department for the Catholic Church, and share with everyone that when there's a woman in need or a family in need, the first place they should come to is the Catholic Church to find out resources that are available, what's local that can help them. We should be the place that people are going. Pope Francis actually reminds us that our parishes need to be islands of mercy in the midst of a sea of indifference. And that's what the goal is of Walking with Moms in Need, is being those islands of mercy for women, especially, whether they're single parenting or facing a difficult pregnancy or an unplanned pregnancy. Either way, the church should be the first place they go. So we're going to talk to you some more about that as well. Okay, let's move right into the packet then.
Yes. So the very first thing that I hope all of you can see this, the very first thing that you would see in the packet after Don's letter,
I think you
would be.
Yeah, you got the wrong thing up there, right? That's
okay.
Moms in Need, right? It's okay.
Is it showing up now?
No.
There it is. Okay. So the very first thing after Don's letter to you all would be the poster. Hopefully y'all can see that now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And what a great poster that is.
Yes.
I know when Ray and I did a little study on what this packet was all about, we talked to somebody at the Pro-Life Secretariat about this poster, and she was really excited about it because of all that's shown in this picture. You could really almost do a whole evening on this poster, and just talking about what this is showing about our church, about our faith, about Jesus Christ. it's this poster kind of takes a number of the parables and kind of brings them to life in one spot. So what are some of the things you see happening there, Ray?
Yes, this is a wonderful picture. It really, again, speaks volumes, right? One thing that I do notice, and I want to acknowledge and also encourage all to, yeah, as Don mentioned, have this and just, yeah, have a session of just staring at the picture and just reflecting on a picture. Of course, start with prayer and then end with prayer. But the one thing that I noticed, I don't know if you all can see this, but to the far left upper corner of the poster, you see someone at the stair right there, the stairwell, just sitting. And it's great to see that and make sure that we also recognize those who have been forgotten by society, how important it is to make sure that we are welcoming to those who feel shunned, uh, because they have a great place next to Jesus. Jesus invites them there. The great thing that Jesus is doing right now is walking with this mom, right,
Mhm.
and blessing the child right there as well. And it really inspires us for this gospel of life reflection to remember that.
Mhm. Well, and I also see a number of people that could be sick or disabled,
Yeah.
and they're coming to him as well. Um, and there's a man in the background. It looks like he might be bringing his wife to Jesus.
Mhm.
Um,
And at the bottom right corner,
mhm.
just the desperation, but not just the desperation, but the hope in Christ. And
Mhm.
that man is just grabbing the cloak of Christ,
Right.
in full surrender,
Yes.
reaching out for Christ.
Right. So what a great thing that this could be as a centerpiece to your parish. You could put it up in English and in Spanish, or either one, whichever, whatever works for your parish. And here is an example of last year's poster and a way that we suggested you might want to display it at your parish. Now, this is just an idea. You could, of course, put it on the wall if you want, or in this case, it's on like a trifold board that was decorated on a table to have a kind of a centerpiece with a bunch of materials that you might want to bring attention to during Respect Life Month. So Blanca, why don't you share some of the things you see in that particular display that would be an idea for everyone to do?
Okay. So on here we have different images. So we can have images of families as well. Maybe looking back at the image and the big poster that Ray and Don just shared, what I noticed was people of different ages, right? So just remembering how being pro-life is, of course, defending the life of the unborn, because without defending that life, then we can't defend any other life, right? So just seeing how there's people from the moment of conception till natural death, and we see young people, we see a little kid in the picture, and then we see older people as well. So just, having and adding images of elderly people as well in your posters, young moms, families, and more when we start talking more a little bit about walking with moms, we can also add stuff about that. For example, when we're developing our core team at our parishes, maybe having an image of each one of the members in your team so that the community and the people in your parish are familiar with those faces and they know who to go to when they need or looking for information. We have a lot of pamphlets in the bottom as well, which we also shared with you in our packet that we sent out. One of them being the Project Rachel pamphlet, and also the spiritual adoption. We have a lot more that we didn't add in the package, but if you would like or are interested in seeing what else we have, you can also reach out to us on that. And then as we see in this poster, there's just a lot of creativity, just be creative. Maybe there's a specific saint that you have in your parish. Maybe you can add that saint onto your poster, have special prayers, maybe have a little box where people can put in their intentions to moms in need or families who are going through different difficulties in their life. So those are just some examples of what we can add to our presentation table.
Great, thanks. And of course, I see a lot of prayer cards there too. So
Yes.
whatever you'd like to include, just to highlight, Respect Life Month and all the activities you have planned, and things that people can do to really pray around the ministry of Respect Life as well.
Yeah, make it personal to your parish.
Yep. Okay, so this is just explaining what the Respect Life program is for the year 2021. So of course, this is something that happens every year, and we kick it off in October, but it's not limited to October. This is a full year effort. We ask that you kind of give it a lot of focus in October because it is Respect Life Month, but that this then continues.
Yeah.
And it's of course sponsored by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops, but it's comprised of efforts of leaders from all the churches and parishes around the country, with people that serve in pro-life ministry. And we certainly recommend that you get your schools involved, you get your religious ed programs involved.
Youth ministry.
Youth ministry. I mean, this is for everyone. And that's one mistake that some parishes make, is that the parish thinks that Respect Life Ministry is just a committee. The fact is, it is a ministry of the parish, and the committee is just bringing it to the forefront. And kind of leading the effort, but it's everybody's ministry. So make a great effort this month of October to help people to realize that they have a part in this committee, that it is their ministry, and that this is something we're all called to do, to respect life from conception and natural death and build the culture of life.
Right.
So, yes. So you can you can be creative in how you use the materials, and certainly everything is available not only in the packet, but there's a whole lot of resources for you online that we're going to show you. Okay.
And just also a reminder that we're here for you. If you need any help, any ideas that you want to play around with to make possible, let us know. Contact us, and we'll have our contact slide towards the end of this presentation. But we're here for you, and how we can help best your ministry in your local parish, in your school. And if you are just maybe you're just viewing this now and it's already past the Respect Life Sunday, never too late. Pick it up and start it again. If you're viewing this later on during the year, never too late. Come and build that culture of life in your parish, in your school, in your homes as well. And it'll start, Don mentioned this, it starts with that great reflection, and that a little bit of what we did at the very beginning of this presentation, just to remind all how beautiful a gift that we have in this Gospel of Life encyclical, right? And that's why we want to invite you all to have a book study about this. As Don mentioned, we've started this during the summer. We had a couple going on at the same time during the summer, actually. And the USCCB Respect Life office actually has a great compendium that will be available soon, and a study guide that will be available soon on their website. But if you are interested, and if you haven't yet read the great encyclical of the Gospel of Life by Pope John Paul II, let us know. We'd love to start a new book club with you and your parish.
Yep. Okay, so also included in your packet is a parish action guide, and this will give you some information on how you might use the Respect Life program in your parish, in your school, in your ministries. And one of the great things it does is give you some ideas on specific days around the calendar where it might be appropriate to do something special. And there's special prayer services as well as activities that you might do. For instance, what's going on in Respect Life Month? Well, that's what we're starting to talk about now. There's also the Day of Prayer for the Legal Protection of Unborn Children and related events in January. As we all know, Roe versus Wade was determined on January 22nd. So we always try to kind of keep that day in mind, to have special prayers for the unborn. And then, and often in the Archdiocese of Chicago, we've sent around a prayer service, which includes adoration and benediction, that you can do on January 22nd. Then, of course, there's the Solemnity of the Annunciation of the Lord in March. There's Divine Mercy Sunday, Mother's Day, Father's Day, among other days that you could choose to do something special around the Gospel of Life. Of course, every week you could do something if you want, and you'll find that there is homily helps included, as well as possible intercessions. And I know in my parish, every week there's one intercession that has to do with Respect Life Ministry. So certainly there's room for that in every parish if your pastor's willing.
Yeah, a great resource we mentioned already are these websites. I'll leave the screen for all of you to kind of take note of, but it's easy to remember. Well, it's actually easy for us to get to these websites, is because it's through our own website in Archdiocese of Chicago. We can easily get to these things, and again, as mentioned in the Respect Life, I'll just type right in. If you can just follow along here with me, this is our Archdiocese website here, respectlifechicago.org. And it'll lead you into our website here. And if you just scroll down here and check out and click on the left-hand corner, click on the Respect Life program. And you'll see there again, this Respect Life program, live the gospel of life to imitate Christ and follow his footsteps. It shows you all of the things that we just talked about, and we'll have actually this webinar available on this page. And you can go ahead and just click on this link right here, Respect Life program, coming from the USCCB. And it'll lead you into this great, beautiful page that they have put together for us. And as we've mentioned this already, the action guide, Respect Life Month, all those things free for all to just download and share with your pastor, share with your committee as well, in English and in Spanish. So feel free to just go ahead and copy that, or click on those links, easily available to you all, right? And then the reflection, as we have already started, this is a great reflection, a one-pager in a sense, for you to share with your pastor and with your committee about living out the gospel of life. All of these things, homily notes, this is important, especially if, let's say, again, I mentioned this, if you are too late in showing this to your pastor before or after Respect Life Sunday, you can still show these great homily notes to your pastors. Again, available in English and in Spanish to just encourage them to talk about Respect Life Month during their homily. The graphics as well, all available to you all. If I'll go ahead and click on this. This is important for us to know, because you can use this in your prints, in your bulletin boards. You, as Don mentioned already, you can reprint the poster and have it, multiple displays of that poster. You can add this on to your emails, to your maybe bulletin boards in your parish, as mentioned already. So all of these things are available to you all. The logo itself, you could add that onto your social media stuff as well. And make sure, if you do download a picture, make sure you don't crop it out. You don't whatchamacallit, you don't just take one piece of it. It's available for you. The whole graphic is available for you. There's some, as you can see here, if I click on this image here, the USCCB wants to make sure, a Respect Life office wants to make sure that you have the what do you call these, the copyright, in a sense. Is that right, Don? The copyright at the bottom here. I want to make sure that you don't just crop that out and make it your own and claim that we want to make sure that it's the copyright images are correct in that. But again, if you decide to download that, download the whole thing. And of course, some articles that you can feature as well through your maybe email in your parish. Just submit that to them. You don't have to really come up with anything here. They all spell it out for you to help you in your Respect Life ministry. the prayers available to you all. If you can go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and click on the rite of blessing of a child in the womb. So it's all there. Great links. And again, you can easily print this out and submit this to your pastor or the person that's in charge of reprinting or sending out some emails to your parish or the parishioners of your parish.
So lots of great resources, certainly plenty of things for your bulletin articles to help the pastor, for activities that you might want to have, articles for reflection, ways to pray. They've really outdone themselves with.
They have, yes.
So I encourage you all to kind of wait around that website and see what's there and how you might use it in your parish. It's really exciting.
Going back to our website, Dawn, just scrolling down into from the Respect Life program tab there. If you continue to scroll down, it'll lead you into the Walking with Moms in Need, a year of service. And here, Dawn and Blanca will talk more about this. I'll go ahead and click on this link right here. It'll show you some more things about Walking with Moms in Need.
Okay. So as we mentioned at the beginning, this is a wonderful initiative to help everyone to know that as Pope Francis said, our parishes need to be islands of mercy in the midst of a sea of indifference. And people should know that if a woman has an unplanned pregnancy, or if she's parenting alone, or she has challenges, or domestic abuse, or whatever the situation, our churches should be the first place that they go. And anyone who encounters a woman in any of those situations should be able to say, you know what, I'm going to take you to my parish, and my parish is going to be able to take care of you with resources, referrals, and basically point you in the right direction so that you will be able to be comfortable as a parent or comfortable in your life situation. So this is really an opportunity for us to make that known. I think it's like the best kept secret of the Catholic Church that we take care of people, so we want to be able to shout it from the rooftops. We're here to take care of you. We're the place you should go. So Blanca, why don't you talk a little more about what this initiative is all about?
Okay, yes, of course. I'm going to share on the screen a document for Walking with Moms, and it kind of, like Dawn said, it's important for us to make our churches communities where we can bring women who are in need, but obviously there are steps to accomplish that successfully. And Walking with Moms, the website, Walking with Moms in Need, it provides us with a guide, a parish guide action summary, right, so that we can start beginning these steps so that we can make this into like a big accomplishment in our parish. So there's 5 phases. It sounds like a lot, but it's because it's a whole year-long program. So the first phase is right here. I'm just going to read the first section, and then there's 6 steps on this phase. But it says, here's a list of simple steps to guide us through phase 1 of the year of service. So these steps will offer steps so that we can kind of get together people in our communities who are interested, right? So what's important is that we're going to have the bishop to select a liaison, which is going to be the person who will be kind of the one who's going to be taking charge of this initiative. And basically it's important to, establish your core team. So people who are maybe interested in providing these services. And I think it would be a good idea to have those people in your parish who are really known by others, right? Who have a good skills communicating with other people. That way that they know who to go to and they feel comfortable and they know who these people are. But also if there's anybody else who's interested, who's maybe new to a parish and would like to help in some way, then we can offer these services as well. So assembling a core team. And then once we do that in our parishes, we have to go into our communities and see what resources are available. But it is very important that you let us know the resources before you start sharing those, because they need to be vetted. Dawn, did you want to say something?
I did. So let's go back to phase 1 for a second. I just wanted to really kind of emphasize that this core team that Blanca's talking about isn't necessarily your Respect Life committee. There could be people from the Respect Life committee on this core team, but it's going to be important for you to kind of, once a person is designated the liaison for this project, And that's something that your pastor would help you to figure out who would be that liaison. Once that person is determined, go to all the ministries in your parish and find a representative from all the ministries, because we it doesn't matter what ministry you're in, you could encounter women with a need, and we're here to help them. And so this isn't necessarily just a Respect Life committee. This is a social justice, social teaching committee, to bring people together and to bring all the ministries together. Okay, so on to the launch, the inventory process. Blanca was just saying that in the phase 2, you're going to the team will assess all of the resources available in your community. So it could be a pregnancy center, it could be some outreach for domestic abuse, or it could be a soup kitchen, things like that. But I think especially if you have people in these different ministries help working together, they're going to know who these different resources are. And then it's going to be important that you send them to us just to vet them. They may already be vetted, but we'll need to take a look at them and make sure that there's something that the Archdiocese can agree that we should work with those organizations. Go on, Blanca, sorry.
That's fine. So again, it's also like Dawn mentioned, it is important to know that these resources are not only for women who are like in crisis pregnancies, of course that is who we're trying to help, but it's also for women just in different difficulty, who are facing different difficulties in their lives. So maybe they already have children, but they're struggling with finding Medicare for them, or any other resources, right? Maybe food that they need to find. So guiding them towards these places where they can find what they need, because when they're able to have these things provided to them, then we can steer them away from abortion in the future, because they feel like their communities and their churches are giving them the support that they need. So phase 3 is we're just reviewing our inventory results, so kind of seeing how these are being able to be provided to women in our area, in our parishes, and just reviewing over how people are responding to what we're doing. So kind of the ideas that we set out to do and how the response is coming back to us, and just seeing how we can make better these plans, how we can improve our resources, or being able to share them more adequately with the women and fathers as well, just families in our communities who are in need of this help.
So now what you're looking at is contact information for Ray and Blanca and me. You can certainly email any of us with questions, comments, or call us. You can reach us all at 312-534-5355 and just listen for the prompt on how to reach each one of us. Currently, we're all still working from home, but we will call you back if you leave us a message. So please do that. We are just about finished with our time here. Thank you all for participating. Do you have a last couple of words there, Blanca and Ray?
Just thank you very much. If you need anything, let me know. We're here to help.
Ray, you're out. Yeah, quiet. Okay.
Oh, we can't hear you, Ray.
We're not hearing Ray. So
It's still there. We're praying for you. That's what I'm saying. We're praying
Yes.
for you. Thank you for being our Respect Life coordinators. God bless you all.
Yes, and look for our newsletter to be coming out later this week. God bless you. Thank you all.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.